So apparently a brand new Avengers game is in development. It's not related to Marvel Avengers, the Square Enix game. It's a totally brand new thing. We don't know who's publishing it. We don't know who's developing it. It's like very early days. Now listen, to whoever is making this game, you cannot screw this up. And what I mean by that is you have literally a Bible of multiple games now that have been and gone that tell you exactly what not to do. Avengers, Suicide Squad, Gotham Knights, Anthem, and basically any other grindy live service that's failed over the past few years. Now don't get me wrong, you can cherry pick a lot of the good things that these games did. The combat system in Avengers was really good. The open world traversal in Suicide Squad was really good. The random crimes and enemy variety and gang system in Gotham Knights was really good. And if you take inspiration from those various aspects of those games, that's fine. Do not make it another live service looter/brawler. If this is going to be an online co-op Avengers game, which I think it should be, it should have a co-op element to it, then the games you need to be taking inspiration from are Lego Marvel, Disney Infinity Marvel, Ultimate Alliance, and Marvel Rivals. Now, a couple of these games might be considered childish and cartoony, but you're not looking at the bigger picture. Lego Marvel has a really cool open world New York City with tons and tons of characters that you can play as, loads of different unlockables, a series of structured story missions that you can play in co-op, as well as team-up attacks and a fully explorable helicarrier floating above the open world map. Disney Infinity also has team-up attacks, a skill tree for each character, surprisingly really good traversal for each character, like pretty decent web swinging for the type of game it is. You can drive around and fly around in vehicles. It had some surprisingly decent boss fights as well. Ultimate Alliance basically speaks for itself, but once again it had a focus on teamwork, a huge roster of characters with unique abilities, and although Rivals is a PvP game, I still want to talk about how good the team-up system is in that game, and how creative the gameplay is, like being able to open Doctor Strange portals and then shoot things through the portal, being able to lift up Wolverine as Hulk and throw him. If you're going to have a co-op game about the Avengers, it needs to have co-op abilities. I've talked about this for a long time when I was giving feedback on the Avengers game and the things it was missing. It was missing team-up attacks as a major feature. Rivals does that really well. So yes, you can have a combat system like Marvel's Avengers, traversal like Suicide Squad, and open world like Gotham Knights to a degree. The main things you need to take away from these games is the fun factor and just how enjoyable they are to play and explore. It doesn't necessarily have to be overcomplicated in terms of story. Some kind of invasion plotline with, you know, Thanos or Kang that gives you enemies you can fight all across the city, and then also go off to different like iconic areas and fight as well, like Wakanda for example, or Asgard, with horde modes and boss battles throughout. And the main thing that would keep you engaged is just how fun the cooperative gameplay is. That's what these games nail. I don't want to be playing an Avengers game and thinking about collecting loot boxes or gear. It doesn't even make sense why a team funded by Iron Man, you know, a multi-billionaire, would even need to collect loot from enemies. That is not what the main focus of the game should be, and it shouldn't be the hook. The hook should be how fun it is to actually play with other people and perform team-ups and fight bosses and have engaging gameplay that makes you want to come back again and again. That's just my 2 cents. I don't see how any developer out there right now could be thinking about making an Avengers game and then try to repeat what Square Enix did. But in the same way that Rivals itself has learned all the right lessons from Overwatch and seems to be doing everything right in that way, maybe this Avengers game will take the right lessons from the previous, you know, team-up superhero games we've had recently. Fingers crossed. I'm working on a much longer and more in-depth video about what would make the ultimate Marvel game, in my opinion, so I'm really looking forward to that. It's essentially an evolution of what was originally going to be the Defenders game video, but it will still include ideas for that original Defenders video as well, so you won't miss out on the ideas I had for that. I hope you're having a great day wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next video.